Hello lovely Cancerians, thank you very much for tuning in for your December reading of 2015. I am sorry that it's a little bit late. We've had several power cuts here over the course of the last 2 weeks, which really set some of my readings back, and yeah, it's just not been the best time for electricity, and all the technology. It's just been over and under and everywhere. So I bring this reading to you live rather than placing some cards down and then doing a narration and pasting it all together, because I thought that would be, too time consuming. You've already waited long enough, so I thought I'd do this for you. We have 4 cards, one card representing a week of the month, and then we have the oracle card below, just giving the overall message. Now with this reading, do let me know if you prefer this format rather than the old format, which was basically looking at the cards on screen and me talking over it rather than me being live just to prove it, and actually showing you what's going on. Actually, I've just noticed you have two cards. That's right, so I'll have a look at the cards at the end, those ones. So let me just take a look. I mean, I have meditated over these cards for you, so that's already been done. It's already been asking my guides to come and basically assist. You got quite an emotional month, but that doesn't surprise me because you're a Cancerian. You may actually be feeling like a strong accomplishment of several aspects of your life as well. A lot of this is actually family ties. I know you're very connected to your family. I feel, though, that a connection with one person in particular within your family could be quite damaging personally to you. So if you've ever heard of somebody, an example, oh, she's been around her mother again, because that influence, as much as you love them and adore them and they are part of your life, sometimes being around them isn't the best thing for you. I get the feeling of that a little bit. Not to say that you can never see your mother again or whatever, if you have somebody, but it is just kind of this person who may be changing your personality when you see them. So yeah, just a note about that. In the first week, we have the Two of Pentacles. Now this is quite a good card. I always like to see it because it does represent the fact that you are going to be more open and you are going to be juggling the responsibilities of December life with ease. I mean, it seems like he's got this wheel in motion, and to me it looks like a Skeletrix set, because you've got all the silly spotlight. It kept doing this yesterday as well. Okay, you got the Skeletrix set going round, and it's almost like you have to balance, so that goes that way and that goes that way, and you don't fall off the track basically. So I feel that this is very much a case of making sure that everything's in balance and you're going to be having a very good time with it. It is a time for just letting yourself play. It's also a time of letting yourself be free from any, I think, constraints that aren't yours, but I do feel that you are going to be in the middle of creating something this month. Something is getting a little bit more real for you now. It could be, if you are expecting a child, it could get more real for you now. Like, oh, next Christmas, we are going to have a child in our life, So I feel for some degree that is going to be quite a prominent phase for you, juggling between your current life and how your life is going to change. If you're not expecting, I still feel that something is about to change. So you're going to be having to sort out your affairs now before things actually kick into gear, maybe in the new year, and take you forwards into a sort of unknown territory. Because this is going to be quite a trying and testing time for you, but nothing that I feel is going to be beyond you. I think also the trick is to be very grateful of the opportunities, because this shows that maybe you've actually had some attempts in the past and you haven't liked what cards you've been dealt in the game of life, you've not really enjoyed, to a certain degree, the influences to, how to put it, you've not really appreciated the way things have gone. That's all I can say. There is an element here of saying, I don't really know whether I can be bothered, or I don't really know whether this is something that I want to happen. And, you can have doubts about things. It could even be, for instance, still you going with the expecting analogy, you could be like, yeah, it's a beautiful baby. Oh, I don't know. I don't want the responsibility. I don't know whether I want this. How's it going to change? I don't want change. I don't like it. I've tried it before and it's just never gone the way. I also feel because you're a sensitive person, you could actually be looking at your past lot, so to speak. You're like, this is no different than the rest of them. It could be relationships, jobs, offers, apologies from somebody. Somebody going, look, I'm really sorry for this, but, let me make it up to you by giving you this. And then you're kind of approaching it going, why should I bother? The message in this is please try and see it from a different perspective so you can appreciate what's actually coming to you. It's very good to stand your ground, but I think in some ways this should be something that you embrace and at least give it a go. That's what I feel for that one. This one is often one that I do feel about Cancerians, and this is in the 3rd week of December. Now, on the 3rd week of December, in the 25th, we have the full moon. Now, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, this is still quite a big deal because it's a very strong moon, and it's the last moon of 2015, so we deserve to celebrate it and thank the moon for spending the last year with us and, just still delivering its guidance and illumination in the darkness and what have you. And I feel that the High Priestess, because it is representative of the sort of intuitive depth of a Cancerian, that is going to be incredibly strong for you to experience. And I also see that there is a sense of understanding here about the religious inclinations, of the time and the period. So there could be some kind of elevation here. You may feel extra sensitive and intuitive in this week so that you can look into things and look into more than what's being presented to you. And my eyes are constantly being drawn to this. The scroll that she has in her hands. To me, it looks like jobs upside down. It may be something different. Somebody may correct me, but I feel like for some of you, job searching or job security is going to be very important for you in December, so you know where you're going in 2016. That's going to be very important for you. For those of you who really couldn't care less about what you do as a profession and you're just kind of in a job for the sake of the money, I still feel your intuition is going to be leading you onto a career and your soul path that maybe you don't need to ignore so much. Some of you may have actually been more inclined to kind of keep it in the background. So I'm just going to put that there for you. 2016 arrives with a lot of rushing, which is, of course, to do with the, New Year's Eve parties and celebratory things like that way, but I feel like this is very much a case of everything happening at once. I think this represents all your responsibilities kind of flying at you at the same time. And that could easily lead you to feeling overwhelmed, or that you're not prepared for it to happen so quickly, or that you really didn't expect it. And yeah, to a degree, it's going to be an issue for you. But just trying to take a look at this actually. I feel for the most part this is something to do with this to me looks like you've kind of taken yourself away in the countryside or away mentally from the sort of outside influences, and when you open the door you kind of sit slap bang with all these kind of influences streaming at you. You've got media, news, stories, this, that, the other, and it could be very overwhelming for you, but it's a very good time to readjust and to get your mental focus and clarity back. So you celebrate 2016, celebrate the beginning of that with a very glorious hurrah, and just try and, they're saying, be yourself. So don't feel like you have to shy away in your little crab shell, you know. Just make sure that you are one with yourself and your decisions in that week. For instance, if you feel like you don't want to go to a New Year's Eve party, you don't have to. I don't particularly like New Year's Eve myself, but I think it's a lot different for a lot of people, and sometimes people do like any excuse to join together and say farewell or thank the last year for the gifts that they've given them. But to me, I just feel like I don't know. I don't really feel like it, and I think for some of you, you feel the same way. You're kind of, I don't really want New Year's. I don't really want, to be bothered by it. There's too much, impulse there. So don't be afraid to say no to people in that final week. Just don't be afraid. Now then, let me have a look, because I thought there was only one card here, but it seems there's two. Now, when I was shuffling, that one did actually fly out, and I thought I'd only got the one, but let me just read these. Okay, so we have Gifts from God, which is absolutely beautiful. I don't think that's come out in a reading for you before, or for anyone before. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So again, that gift could be the fact that you are going to start a family or continue a family, but I feel that there's also something about giving and receiving and being not, I think, resisting being drawn in by the commercialism of such things, and just, the gifts that mean a lot is laughter with people. And I think the world could use a lot more laughter right now. So I feel that could be something that you tap into and just enjoy this energy, and the sensitivity that you hold, I think, could bring a lot of satisfaction to a lot of people. We also have relationship harmony, and this one says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now, which is incredibly helpful if you've had a very touchy family history and you're all meeting up together, or somebody doesn't like your partner, or somebody doesn't approve of your life choices, or, it can get a bit tense, especially after some people have had a few over Christmas turkey and all that kind of thing. So I think with this scenario, take a step back, realise that it's not really your problem that they have a problem or an issue with you, and just accept them for their own choices, because it's their choice to be a bit down. It's their choice to view things in that way, and you can't really do much to change that. As much as we would like to, sometimes we can't change other people's opinions. It has to change very naturally. We can try, but if they're not willing to listen, there's nothing else we can do. And I think there's just a harmony there that we have to get over and kind of adjust. I don't think that there needs to be any arguments this month. We need to be very grateful that we're still here in many ways, and just take stock of that as well. Just getting a final word and seeing what December brings for you, but I just feel a lot of emotion this month and a lot of closure as well, they seem to be saying. So do take heart in the fact that it seems to be quite an easy, free-flowing month. Don't get too stubborn or, waylaid by fear in some cases, and don't let your sensitive self be overwhelmed. And I think that's the main messages, that they are going to give to you. If you'd like a personal reading with me, my website is available for that, and I would very much appreciate any comments that you have about this new reading format that I'm doing. Also, if you'd like a 2016 personal private reading with me, that's also available on the website, and I will be doing in the coming weeks the 2016 overview general for each sign, so have a look for those. In the meantime, thank you ever so much for your support. It's almost a year since I started this channel, and with it being the goodwill season of goodwill and everything, I just wanted to thank you all for your support. This wouldn't be possible, and it really is a pleasure to deliver these messages to you and to give you this monthly guidance. Again, I'm sorry that it's a bit delayed, but I very much look forward to reading for you in January, and in the meantime, do take care of yourself.